Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another edition of American Dream Trading's live futures education and trading session. We're glad you could be with us here on this Monday, and we're really glad you can be here. Again, we do this Monday through Friday from 2 to 4. One moment, please. Anyhow, we're glad you could join us. Um, and I got my Santa hat on. I forgot to put it on. I had to put my Santa hat on. Anyway, we're glad you could be here to join us. This is a free outreach of AmericanDreamTrading.com, which is a stock and education um, company. And we aim to educate you so that you can trade on your own and be able to be successful in the long run. We are not a call out group, and we do not tell you what to buy, when to get in, when to get out. We train you to make those decisions on your own. And that's the whole mission of American Dream Trading, is that we can all be successful. So we were thankful that you could be here. Hope everybody's all geared up for Christmas and the new year and got all everything bought that you're going to buy and got all the foods ready to go for the next couple of days, and you'll be able to enjoy time with those people that you care about, and even with some of them you don't care about, but you got to act like you do anyway, right? So anyway, we're glad you could be here. Again, my name is Mark McSee. I am a moderator with American Dream Trading, um, and this company was formed by Chad Christensen, who we call Coach, and we affectionately call him that. He's been around, been in the markets now for going on 33 years. So he has entrusted us to do this broadcast live for you so that you can see a little bit about what we're about. If this is your first time here, I am Mark McSee. Um, Feel free at any time in your chat boxes there to ask any questions that you may have about trading futures and trading in general. We are focused again on the futures market, so we kind of like to focus on that. But we'll try to answer any questions that you have as time allows, and we might even do some live trading here also today. This feed is for educational purposes only. Neither I nor anyone else with American Dream Trading is a licensed financial advisor, and we're not able to give financial, investment, or tax advice. Everything we discuss or that I show on my screen is for educational purposes only. While you are training, you never use real money. What you see on my screen in front of you is a simulated account, what we call a paper trading account. Every broker that offers trading will have some form of a simulated account that you can use to practice on, learn how to exit and enter trades, how to modify trades, and so forth, so that you learn the mechanics, because you have to know how to get in and out of a trade at any given time. So we never, ever, ever trade with real money while we are learning. Um, so always train with real money. I am showing you guys a simulated account for the very real reason I'm not going to use my real account, because I'm looking at multiple screens here. I'm looking at your guys' chat questions. I'm looking around at different monitors. I'm talking, I'm listening. So I'm not really paying attention the way that I should be focused on my trade. So therefore, I'm not about to risk my own real money to do while I am talking to you guys. So that's what we do here, though. We train more and trade less. We start every day at 4 a.m. Monday through Friday in the pre-market, and we train and trade clear through 4 p.m. Eastern time every day during the week. And we also even train on a Saturday. We have a Saturday session for our VIP Gold members, that they can come in, and if they have the free time, especially those that work a lot during the week and aren't able to be able to sit down and listen to what's going on, that opens the door for them to be able to do that. So we have lots of different membership levels. We have everything from our free Discord, which you should go do right now at AmericanDreamTrading.com. It's free. totally free, no strings attached. We'll never charge you for our Discord. It is free and always will be free. With that, you can get in there and get in there and chat with other members that are within the stock lounge there. You can kick the tires, look around. We have a lot of free educational videos and documents that you can look at, uh, and you have access to all of that. In addition to the free videos that we also have on our YouTube site on our American Dream Trading channel. So check all them out. We do have membership levels available for just about every budget. And I want to play this here for you. It's about 5 minutes, so just kind of hang on here and listen to this, and that'll tell you a little bit more about AmericanDreamTrading.com.
So if you guys are interested in joining us, head on over to AmericanDreamTrading.com. You guys can sign up for a free Discord or one of our paid membership. Our first paid membership that we have is our regular premium membership. With that, you guys will get access to our Zoom. Inside of our Zoom, you will have a live open microphone. You will get live training and trading starting at around 8:45 until market close every day at 4 p.m. when the market is open. You guys will also receive the hot stock pick, the pre-market setup, where we go over strategic levels of certain key different stocks throughout the day you can use, and also at the opening of the bell. As a regular paid member, you will also get the IPO Center, so any new and exciting IPOs that come out, you will get them first, plus all the videos on demand. We have around 11 videos to help you get started on your journey with us here at American Dream Trading. They'll go over things like day trading, swing trading, covered calls, cash secured puts, the wheel option strategy, our 2-minute EWO strategy that I have designed and developed from being in the stock market over 33 years. When you're ready to step it up, you can join our VIP membership. By the way, the premium membership starts at $200 a month. The VIP membership starts at $500 a month. With the VIP membership, you guys will get access to early training and trading starting at 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's 12 hours of access to us with some of our self-made millionaires, mentors. And then you'll get training with me starting around 8 o'clock every single day. You guys will get the VIP lounge, all the workshop classes. We put on a workshop class once per month. You will get all of the previous workshop classes and any future workshop classes as long as you're a paid member. You'll also get all the VIP training videos. We have over 50 beginner and advanced videos to help your journey. We also have the TradingView indicators. These are an overlay indicator system that goes on top of TradingView. It will require a subscription, which is about $15 a month. This is my 2-minute EWO strategy. You guys can use this with stock, options, futures, and crypto. If you're a VIP member and you want to step it up to our highest level that we have right now, which is VIP Gold, you can do that for an additional $250 a month. Now, with all of our services, you can buy monthly, quarterly, semi-quarterly, or annual, and sometimes we have lifetime deals on these, so make sure you guys are watching for deals. With the VIP Gold, you guys are going to get all the mastermind classes for free, and we have another one coming up. I will let you know when that is coming. You'll also get 1 hour of tech support where we can remote in and look at your systems and help you get set up with your charts, etc. This is not a one-on-one, but this is to help you get started if you need it. We also have weekend training every Saturday at 11 a.m. If you guys have busy lives and schedules and your jobs, right, are always in the way of you trying to get training, well, we have weekend training. We also have the VIP Gold Lounge access, the VIP Gold Priority Help Desk support. We have our news service where we're giving daily and weekly outlooks of the news. We also have breakout rooms every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. with our other self-made millionaires and mentors, so make sure you guys check that out. Everything inside of the VIP room is recorded, so all of these sessions are recorded for you, including all the training that I had mentioned before. You can catch all of this in the replays only for VIP Gold members, so if you have busy lives, everything is recorded for you. Of course, we have other things inside of the VIP Gold, like the 90-day challenge, the debt-free challenge, where we're helping you to become debt-free, and our brand new in beta live Apple chat, where you guys can watch one of our moderators, David over there, live trade Apple with the 2-minute EWO strategy that I have designed and developed. He has made currently, at this time, as of December 2024, he is over $320,000 in profits that he has made using this strategy over the last 2 years. We also have our brand new futures membership, you guys will start getting training for futures from noon to 4 p.m. every day, and all the training videos, terminology, everything you need to get started in futures with our futures membership. With the futures membership, you guys also get the trading view indicators. So those are only available to VIP and futures members. Some of our a la carte services you guys can get, you can get a one-on-one with a moderator. We have all of our training videos like the mastermind classes, how to grow a small account part 1 and 2 when it's released, but you guys can buy those from our website. You guys can also get inside of our mentorship program. Our mentorship program is $500 a month. You will sit with me every Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern for an hour in a small, intimate group where we can go over larger items or just get you kickstarted, right? Can be IRAs, 401ks, SEP, anything you guys want to talk about, swing trading, day trading, right? Anything that you guys want to get inside of that room. It's just like having a one-on-one with me every single week. And again, those are all of our products and services you guys can get at any time by going to americandreamtrading.com.
And there you go. That's a nice little overview of what we have to offer here at AmericanDreamTrading.com. Check it out. By the way, grab that free Discord membership at AmericanDreamTrading.com, and you can get instant access inside the Discord and interact with other members and ask questions. In addition to the discounts and things that are available in there, and you can watch some of our training videos and documentation. Stop in, say hi, say you heard about us from the Futures Group. By the way, speaking of American Dream Trading, we will never, ever, ever contact you through a direct message or otherwise. If you happen to get a request talking a DM from somebody purporting to be from American Dream Trading, that is a scammer. Unfortunately, Discord allows people to copy other people's profiles. Nature of the internet, if it can be done, people on the internet will attempt to do it. We will never, ever, ever contact you. The only way we communicate with each other is in the different lounges where you can actually type. So if anybody offers to trade your crypto for you or mirror your trading, that's all scam. Block them, report them, don't interact with them. So just so you know, we will never ever contact you. All the discussions are handled here live or through our Discord lounges only. So anyway, go to AmericanDreamTrading.com and get ready to start your new year out by learning new skills. So we're thankful again, all you can be there. Again, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year coming up. As a special note, we will be taking off on tomorrow, Tuesday, which is New Year's Eve day, or Christmas Eve day, and also on Wednesday, which is Christmas Day. There will be no live broadcast on the American Dream Trading Futures Education channel for tomorrow and Wednesday. We will resume again on Thursday. So make sure you click like and share and check that notification bell so that you get notified whenever a new episode starts. So we appreciate it. Any questions you have, we can start out that way. If you have a question, type it in the chat box and we'll discuss it with you. We've had a very good day. Actually, I started trading last night, as did a lot of other of our members. We traded last night, Sunday night. The futures market does open up. And so I was trading last night. I traded early this morning, as did other members. So did very well. And we can take a look at that and we can answer some of your questions while we're at it. So if you have a minute, go ahead and type them in. And we're thankful everybody can be here. I see you there, Monchiz, there in the uh, live TikTok chat. Hey, look, ADT Coach. That's the very one and only coach is in there along with DJ Vinny also. Thankful that you could be here and be here live with us. By the way, TikTok, for those of you here now, I know our crowd is lighter due to the holidays, but for those of you who've been here, how do you like the new look? Instead of having that shot through my iPad that you were having for the last week or two, we now are transmitting directly from my screen. So now you can see my trading screen directly on through your TikTok feed. Much better, isn't it? Would you say so? If you think that's better, type in a one. Let me know. Um, and by the way, how's the audio sound? Sound okay? Type in a one if that's true also. One thing I do like to test now, if I can get some of our paid members in our Zoom chat to open up their mics and say hi, Merry Christmas, whatever you guys want to say, I would like to test that audio through TikTok to make sure that you can hear it okay. Ralph, you there? Somebody want to open their mic, say hello? Nope. Go green. You don't want to be a grouch around all the people. Good. DJ Vinny says it looks and sounds great. What about Ralph's voice? You could hear Ralph okay also? You did not hear Ralph. Is that what you're saying? Well, it's something with the Zoom, I believe. He says they can't hear you. Well, I don't know what that setting issue is, but we'll have to apparently work through another one. Again, this is the first time we've fed this way here, so we'll have to figure that out. Ah, got it. I thought we had it for sure. Well, we got the better view, if nothing else. I'm sorry you can't hear our paid members speaking right now, but I'll let them. They can type their question in, or I'll repeat what they said. But thank you, DJ Vinny, for the feedback. Anyone on YouTube? How's it sound over there? YouTube, can you hear? Did you hear Ralph talk or not? Feedback would be appreciated. So if you can hear it now, there is a delay getting it to YouTube, so we'll wait and see. Anyway, we'll go ahead and move on. We'll try to figure out what the issue there is and go on there. So anyhow, if somebody have a trade they wanted to talk about or discuss today, we can do that. And YouTube also says, thank you, History, for your feedback. They said they couldn't hear you either, Ralph. So, okay, well, there's still a glitch there somewhere that we got to work through. Um, and again, it could very well be on my end, um, but I'll take a look. See at that. Let's see here. Anyway, I guess we'll just have to move on for right now. Anyway, last night I ended up trading a bunch of different things. I started out trading. I traded oil first, and the volume was low last night anyway for a Sunday night. Plus, it's the holiday week, so the volumes tend to be lower anyway. And yes, Coach, I got my Santa hat on. Um, I see White Mike also joined the group over there on TikTok. Welcome, Mike. So last night I basically tore up the market last night. I had a really good evening last night, and today I was trading. I started out with gold. I did a little bit of silver. Did some. That's the first time I've actually traded real silver. I've looked at it. It's actually not for the faint of heart because you can make a lot of money at one time, but you can also lose a lot of money at one time just by the way that the ticks and everything that are on there. So each one of these candles is actually quite a bit of money. So, but it is exciting. I did do a little bit of playing around with that. It was slow. So I got off there and I seen gold was actually starting to move last night. So I had my charts charted out earlier in the day. I went in and cleaned up some of my charts and got my lines on there the way I wanted them because I had too many or not enough on some of them. My gold one was been a while since I updated it, so I went through and updated it all. So I knew my lines of support and resistance were good. So I got into the trade, and I was actually pretty confident in my trading last night. So we look here. This is kind of where I left. Let's see here. Let me scroll over here. that froze up a little bit. Let me here. See here. Set that view. There we go. So as you can see on my charts here, I have double top, double top. I have a gold level. It was a particularly strong level that I've had on my chart for a while. I just kind of cleaned up my chart a little bit. And that was, now this is the main GC, but it's irrelevant. I was trading WTI gold or, or micro gold, not to be confused with black gold, oil. So I was able to, what I did was number one, and these are some steps you might want to note. And again, I learned this all from Coach. Before you trade and get into any trade, you have to know where the historical levels are on your charts. So you need to take time to actually get lines on your charts. So a lot of people, they'll put it on a 1 day chart and they'll draw it, or they'll put it on a 4 hour, whatever. However you want to do it, it's your chart. You do it however you like. But get some good historical levels on your chart so you have something to work with. You have a roadmap so you know where the strong areas are at. And you can, with this is Trading View that I'm showing here today versus Weeble. I do have Weeble there, but this is on Trading View. And so I had all these things marked out ahead of time. Now, this one wasn't a double top until it actually formed one, but it was still a point of uh, strong resistance or support, depending on which way it was moving. So I took my time and charted out my charts ahead of time before any of the stuff that you see on all these candles here even occurred. So now once it's into trade, okay, now I'm scrolling around trying to find something that I want to trade. So what am I going to do now? Now what I'm going to do is after I have my levels chart, I'm going to start looking around. Okay, now what's gold doing? I started looking at it. Here's about where I got in, where this yellow vertical line's at. When I was looking at it, it was it had jumped up, and I thought, well, maybe it's going to start pushing upward, but it didn't. It pulled back, and I come back 5 minutes later. So I asked myself, all right, well, what's going on here? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at my trend lines, my indicators that's already on my chart. So I did that. I'm like, well, they're all scrunched up. Okay. There ain't much happening there. It's just kind of going sideways. Do I want to enter that trade? Nah. So the next thing I did is said, well, if this happens to change over time, what is my criteria going to be to start trading gold? All right. What has to happen for me to go long on gold? In other words, I'm saying that the price is going to start moving upward. What's the criteria that I have to have already pre-planned out in my mind, okay, for me to get into a long position? And through our training and education that I've received in American Dream Trading over the last couple of years, I know to trust my indicators. I know to trust my levels that I have on my chart. So, in other words, in this case, again, this is the history. This is what was happening last night. It was all crunched up. So I said in my mind, the only way that I would get it along is if it breaks above all these indicators here, okay, and also breaks this level of resistance or support. So to be able to go up, I had to get above this mess. What do I got to do if I'm going to get into a short position if the opportunity presents? What's my criteria from entering a trade? So my criteria, I said to self, self, the only way that I will go short in this trade and risk my real money is if it breaks and holds below these indicators and breaks below my line of support, okay, or resistance. This would be support, and it breaks below my key indicators, which would be these 9, 21, 55, these lines that you see on my chart here, okay? So those are also trend lines of indication of movement. The 9 is a short, it takes the last 9 candles, averages it out, and it draws a line. And it keeps doing that all the time. Same way with 21. 55 is not really that much of an issue. What I'm looking there for is a crossover, but we won't get into that. So anyway, I knew if I was going to enter this trade short, it had to break and hold below the 9 and break through and hold below my lines of resistance. Resistance is going up. So this line, this white line here, happened to be a line of resistance. You can see where the candles came down and touched it, or they'd go up and hit it and bounce, right? And then they would break through eventually. So this is where it was at. This is where I'm already making my decision on what I'm going to do. Of course, I couldn't see all these candles, right? Because it hadn't happened yet. So it would be like if this was at the edge of my chart. This is what I see, right? So I'm making my decision. I've already talked to myself. I said, self, here's my two criteria. For up is this, for down is that. So, and then I watched it for a few minutes and I see that it's getting a little bit of movement. The indicators of the trend lines are starting to spread out a little bit. It's getting a little bit more action going on. And when you know it, it broke and held below my line, right? It broke below this, which was at one time, this was just a white line that I had as a level of resistance. It later became a double top, and I changed it, the line type, and I actually put in double top. But it hadn't been at that time. But anyway, it broke through, and I entered a trade. Why? Because it's below my indicators, which I've already told myself I was going to do. It broke below my line, one of my levels, right? Which it did, and it stayed below the 9 and the 21 on the downside of it. So I knew I could go short, and I proceeded to jump in. Now, one of the other things I would love to be able to sit here and tell you, and I'm sure Coach would love to hear this from me, but it actually started in EWO earlier. But so anyway, I seen that and I jumped in and I wrote it down. Okay. I would love to be able to sit here and tell you that I am such a great trader and I talked to myself and I listened to myself. I knew what I was going to do and I'm going to stick to it. Right. So I knew I got some areas of support on the way down it hits. So as it approaches every one of my lines that I have on my chart, I am asking myself, okay, I entered here. Where's my next area that it may bounce off of, stop, right? Reverse. And those are my levels that I've drawn, my lines that I've drawn out. So as it's come down here, I'm paying attention to my next line that I have on my chart. First one was this one right here at the top, the dash line. Broke through that one very well, very quickly. So now I'm broke down through that line. Now I'm talking to myself again. Self, where's my next possible place that it may either stop, it may slow down, or it may bounce and reverse and go the other way. And that would be my next white line, my level that I did by pre-charting out, scrolling back, see how it hit back here, different areas, right? And I learned that through AmericanDreamTrading.com. And it did. It came down, broke through it real nice. Now what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to, go down here to the next one. Okay. So it did that. Well, look what happened. It bounced. Okay. Now, I would love to be able to tell you that what was my criteria? Stay in the trade as long as it stays on this side of the 9, which is this light blue line, right? And the 21. 21 is what we've learned from Coach is when you're scalping or whatever, that's another area of concern if it goes across the line and starts touching the next one. Well, honestly, quite honest with you, I actually got out of the trade a little sooner than I liked. I seen that. I'm like, nah, I'm locking in my profit. And when you know it, turned around and still kept going. Never did it. So all that self-talk I did to myself, I didn't listen to myself. So anyway, I got out of the trade. And then I re-entered right away after I realized my mistake, right? Wrote it down again and it come down and there was a little doji there. And I'm like, okay, now I got to watch it at this line, right? Still below all my criteria, still good. There was no reason in hindsight to get out of this trade at all, ever. If I'd have just listened to what I just got through telling myself, staying below the 9, don't panic, right? You got to give it room to breathe. But to be honest with you, I did. I sold it. But then I re-entered. And I wrote it down here. And then I got down here to this level, right? And the wick touched and bounced around. This you can't tell by looking at this candle, but it moved around a little bit. So I had to wait. And then it finally another candle formed and it teased the line up and down, right? Thank you for that. Live. Um, anyway, um, so anyway, I come down, broke and bounced down here, and then I'm like, all right. And I turned around and did the same thing. It bounced up, and I'm like, okay, it's going to reverse because it hit one of my my key levels. So I thought, well, okay, it's going to bounce and go the other way. It went out, bounced, and then it formed a doji. Okay, a doji is this line here. It's the winners didn't, the sellers didn't win, and the buyers didn't win. It was a draw. You can see it. I don't know if it shows up on your screen, but it's like a little cross there. It's just a line. That's what we call a doji. A doji is neither good nor bad. It's just neutral. Nobody won, nobody lost. Well, then the next candle formed green, and so I got out. I panicked. Right? Did it ever break to 9? No. But again, why I got out, that's something that I have to work on me with. Right? So anyway, um, and then I got back in again because it was still below the 9, and I wrote it down to here, and then I got out of this candle altogether. So then I turned around and scalped it up, and then scalped it back down, rinsed and repeat. And anyway, I did rather well on that. I made some really nice money on them trades last night. So I really had a good that, and then I turned around and kind of did the same thing again this morning. I got back into gold this morning when I got in. Um, I was scalping it, and I got it off some double, some bottom bounces. Why? Because I had my lines all charted out, and I did some short scalping on some of this jumping around, and then finally I rode this back down and I got out because I had to go. We had to do moderator stuff, so I got out of the trade, called it a day. Excuse me. So I did very well last night and this morning. So I was happy with it. I was just one of them days where it seemed like every trade went well. Did I make mistakes? Yeah. I mean, did it really cost me money? Well, yeah, it did really. I could have wrote this down for one price because every time you buy a contract, there's fees involved. There's a transaction fee. In this case, it's $2.90 per contract. That's the total cost of buying and selling. So I incurred two additional, an additional transaction fee when I really didn't need to. Had I just held on like I should have. So now here I did pull out on purpose. So I actually incurred one extra. I did one extra trade that I didn't need to do had I trusted the 9, which I know intellectually I should, but I guess we're human, so sometimes we just don't trust things the way that we should. So anyway, so it ended up being a pretty nice night. It just seemed like everything was going my way last night. I was excited. I had a great time. Uh, I was and talking to a few members also after the fact. They did well also. So that is how you trust your indicators. That is how you trust the lines that you draw on your chart. Once you get good at charting, that gives you confidence. Each one of these lines is a point, is a question. What am I going to do if it gets there? What am I going to do if it gets here? What am I going to do if it gets there? Okay. Is there a double bottom coming up? Is there a gold level coming up? And you can see this was a gold level. Boy, once it broke through that, whew, it went down, right? So and then plus it continued on, after I went to bed last night. So all in all, you know, chart first, get good lines on your charts, right? Take a look at your indicators. What's the indicators telling you? Are they telling you to stay away? Are they telling you, it's kind of a garbage play today? Don't even bother getting in it. And if that's the case, move on, right? Don't worry about it. There's other things you can trade there. Gold isn't always gold, right? Sometimes gold's just flat, a waste of time. You should move on to something else, but always make sure before you jump in that your chart is charted out ahead of time. And you could do that, clean up your charts and rechart them anytime for future use. Just because you got all the nice lines back on chart, you may not even trade it that day. Maybe a week before you come to it. But when the opportunity arises, you're already prepared ahead of time, and that's important. So, and then the next thing I did, number 2, where's my indicators? What are they doing? Right? In that case, they were all crunched up. So I looked, see what my indicators were. I evaluated what they were telling me, and then I developed 2 scenarios in my mind. What's it going to take for me to go long, and what's it going to take for me to go short on the trade? Okay. And then whenever the one or the other happens, then that's when you act. And then you're constantly reevaluating What's my exit plan? What's going to keep me in this trade, or what's going to tell me to get out of this trade? And my was a simple answer, right? Stays below the 9. So once you do that and you can self-talk yourself and develop this routine and trust what you see in front of you, okay? And again, you're trading with stops anyway, so you know you know that if it pulls back on you, it'll stop you out like it should. And I did have stops. So I just, as it got into profit, I'd slide them down a little bit more, and it would go down more, and I'd slide it down a little bit more, right? So I actually never got stopped out in any of this from down here down to there because it just went down. It did pull back, but it didn't. My stop was enough. It was I had it between the 9 and 21. Little tidbit that I picked up from Coach last week, right? So I used that to profit from just that one little tidbit. So trust what you see. Trust trade to trade. Trust what you see. Now, the only thing that could throw a wrench in your trade is if what we call a whale comes in and dumps a bunch of shares, either buys a bunch of shares, comes in there and dumps $1 billion worth of shares in, or does the opposite, sells, right? So that's what your stops are designed to do. Keep it from them sudden knife drops, we call it, right? Up or down, one way or the other. So that's what your stops are there for, to keep you from wrecking your accounts. And never ever trade without stops. Now I've been playing around with this. I haven't used my real money to trade live with TradingView yet. I'm still um, Weeble's still my go-to for executing trades, but I use my TradingView lines to decide, and I just click on my other screen to enter and exit trades. But we've been playing with it a little bit. Made some. Let me give you a little. Let's get here where it's at. I'm going to do a live trade here. Now, again, this is not my real account. I'm not trading real money. I can't afford to do that while I'm talking to you. I don't have anything to prove to anybody, right? Anymore that you know you don't need to know what I make anymore, and I need to know what you make, right? What you do for a day like. So, so if I combine all those things with the L2 and stuff, it's just a powerful tool. There's all kinds of tools available. So let's just say I'm gonna just show you how this works. And again, I haven't really evaluated the trade. I am starting an EWO. I mean, now I've missed the entry kind of, so technically I could jump in here, green EWO, right? What we want to do is enter when the next candle is larger than first. Is the next candle larger than first? No, this one is. So I should have already been in here. What that the EWO does is helps you enter in, at a good location. So that's a green EWO right now. Is that going to end up being a green trade? Well, I don't know. I don't have time to sit here all day, but let's just say I'm going to enter. I always enter with a stop loss. So I use a 25 tick just to get in. That's just my 25 to 30, and I can buy. Okay. Order sent. Why is it not showing up on my screen? Hmm. Another glitch. What's going on here? Why didn't that show up on my screen? We were just playing with this. Uh, oh, I see. No, I'm in the replay mode. That's why. Hang on. I gotta get out of this. Okay. That's why. I wonder what was going on earlier. I'm like, why ain't that? Okay, that makes more sense now. Look, no, this ain't an EWO play. Uh, this is real time here. I was in a replay mode. We were covering a trade, and I had it replay mode to show everybody how that worked. We were doing that. By the way, our futures members, we start trading at noon. We trade from noon to 4. So we are already trading for 2 hours before we went live today. So, um, anywho, um, so no, this is not, I would not enter this trade yet. I missed my entry point on EWO, which was, let me move my line here. This, see how the next bar is larger than the first down here on EWO. This would have been my entry, but as you can see, it's been a pretty flat one. Not all of them, not everything's always going to be great, right? I mean, there's some that's going to be flat. Okay, this one's flat right now. And part of the reason is it's 2:41 in the afternoon Eastern time. Markets, it's Christmas week, volume in it. But I just want to show you using TradingView. And again, do not do what I'm about to do. This is fake money, so it's nothing. So if I wanted to buy, I just click buy one I'm gonna buy one contract with a stop, 25 ticks, and it will put that in there. Now, one thing that I do, and I would suggest if you haven't, right, is okay. Mm. Well, like I say, I do mine. I personally do mine. I go a day. Actually, I don't even really use day. I go 4 hour chart, draw my lines, and then I'll go a 2 minute chart, draw my lines, and then I may, depending on what it is, I may then go to a 1 minute chart and draw my lines. So that puts a lot of different things on there. I always start out This is me personally. I start out with 4 hours. A lot of people do days. I mean, you can go weeks, you can do months, you can do it however you like. I personally just go 4 hours. You could go the day, it would give you the same result. I just like that extra half day break in my chart, so that gets me an extra set of reference points. So, and then I go small. That's what how I get all my line. So I entered this trade. This is through TradingView, which my account is linked to. As you can see over here, it shows I bought two positions and I have two stop losses because I had automatically programmed because we never ever ever trade without stops. You can see my stop loss. Now, I may not want my stop loss to be that big. I just have mine as a general large one, so it's there. So if I am in a volatile thing like the S&P 500 or the Nasdaq, those type where you need a larger stop, then it's already there. But I can slide this up, so I can move this however I want. One of the things I did, I do not personally like knowing what my profit and losses are. So we finally played around with this today. There's settings up here that you click on this little gear icon, and you can go in and show whether it shows your profits either by money or by ticks, right? It'll show you I'm down $60 in this trade, $80 because I didn't enter right. Okay, I just entered the trade just to show you, but I don't want to see any of that personally. I just don't want to know what my profits because I do not want to trade my profit and loss statement. I want to trade to trade. So we've tweaked this. I just did this today. Well, because I haven't done any live trades this way yet. I'm still paper trading with TradingView on with my account linked to it. Again, it's fake money. So I get the mechanics down. Weeble, I got the mechanic. I can do anything on Weeble. I got good mechanics on Weeble. TradingView, just starting to implement using my real account with it, but I'm doing it in a paper trading fashion so I can make sure that I know what I'm doing because I don't want to try something new and throw real money at it. So you can actually make it so it doesn't show your profit and loss. Now there's another way to see that, right? It's just not on this screen. And I like that idea, and that's just the way. That's what I liked about it. So finally figured out that setting. It shows I have two contracts, two stop losses. So if I want to sell off one, I can go in here, type in one. I have two contracts, right? Since I bought it, I have to sell instead of buy, right? So um, I want to get out of this one and choose here. Up into my or didn't that fill? Yeah, it's filled, right? So I can get out of it one of two ways. I can go up here, slide my stop loss out, and then once it stops out, it automatically sell my things off. Everything will disappear off my screen. This will disappear here once it breaks that. Okay. So that's one way of getting out of it. Um, and then I kind of like that. So let me get my clock out of the road. It was blocking what I needed to see. So with TradingView, you got a sell side to go short or to exit a trade to buy it back, or you got a buy button, which means you're saying it's going to go up, or you use to buy back your shorts. So I can go in here and do my shorts. I have my stop loss in there already. Bang, institutes it right there. It is. I'm buying. It says -1. That means I bought one contract. Here's my stop loss all the way up here. If I think that's too big of a stop loss for what I'm in trading at the moment, I can move it around however I like. Right? It's pretty cool. Pretty easy. If for some reason I would forget to click my stop loss button, which you should always enter it, TradingView even offers you, see this SL? I can do that and drag that up and it'll automatically create a stop loss for me. That's a pretty cool feature. It's a little less, it's a lot easier that way instead of having to go into your orders and then click on your order and then click on modify order and all that. So I do like that feature. It's a little bit nicer than what Weeble is. I could actually do a take profit, which you should, my opinion, you should never do. All right. So I can say, I'm not even going to pay attention to this. If it moves up here and the stop loss trips out, so be it. If it happens to drop and makes me money and gets down here, it's automatically going to sell. But why would you limit your profits? You never want to limit your profit. What if this everybody starts selling off today, at the end of the day anyway, right? More volatile. So this could actually get a huge candle down or multiple candles down if you're not paying attention and take your profit and still continue down and you give up all that profit. So I wouldn't suggest using the take profit. Is there a reason to use it? Yeah, but I'd rather monitor my own trade, make my own decisions, what how much profit I'm going to take out of the trade. So, but it is an option that's there. I just don't use it. So again, always trade with a stop loss. What that does is protect a sudden reversal, huge reversal that'll take you out. So, and then you have to manage that according to your risk tolerance in any given trade, how much you're willing to lose in the worst case scenario. But always use one. And you also use a stop loss if you like, and I do, is that once this turns, you get a green trade, which is not sitting here flat. Well, let's just say for argument's sake that this is dropped down. So I'm shorting it. The only way I make money is if this comes down. So if the candles come down, I can actually slide my stop loss down. I'm not going to let go of it, but I can slide it down. If there's profit there and it goes down a lot more, I can slide it down a little bit more. And if it goes down more, I can slide it down a little bit more. And what that does is if it suddenly reverses, it'll hit that stop loss there and protect my gains. So it guarantees you a green trade. So always do that. So it's a pretty cool feature. I haven't started trading live. I know Coach has, a lot of other members have. So I think this is going to be a good thing. I'm kind of liking it too. Nothing wrong with Weevil, right? I love Weevil, but it's a brokerage house, right? So all right. Well, it's good to see everybody. History drops and never again volunteer yourself and uh, Eliza Trader, good to see all you there. Rogue Ranger and TikTok there, good to see you. Oh, you love the hat. All right, good. I told everybody I was going to wear a hat. Let's get into the festive thing here. My camera is a little kind of off here. I must have bumped it or something, but um, there we go. Sit back a little bit. I scooted up too far so I can see my cataracts. Yeah, Santa has cataracts. All right, what questions do you have at this point? What do I think about GOBI? Now, well, we're not here to discuss that, but Stephen, we're not talking crypto here. Can I look at Walmart? Well, we're focused more on futures rather than individual stocks. Um, Again, you can make the same evaluations on your Walmart stock by drawing your lines of support and resistance. Okay, I don't follow Walmart. Uh, So draw your lines on there. Look what your indicators are telling you. What does this say? Does it say enter the trade, exit the trade? Can I look at you guys want to call out stocks, but we're more focused on individual futures here, not stocks. So, but we do provide that service through American Dream Trading all day long. This year, we're trying to focus on how to trade futures. So anyway, that's how I evaluate a trade, how, criteria. And this is what Coach has been teaching us. He teaches us every day how to fish, right? You can take these principles and apply it. You can use that to profit from. Is every trade going to be green? Nope. Is it easy? Nope. Am I going to lose money? Yep. Am I going to make money? Yep. The idea is get more green than red, right? In the long run. So you basically have to talk to yourself. What's my criteria? What's my indicator showing me? And where was my levels at? And then execute your plan, right? If you don't have a plan, you're just gambling. You're literally gambling is what you're doing. So, all right. What other questions do we have? Thank you for the kind words there. History drops over there on YouTube. Nicholas, if you want to keep making those kind of posts, you're welcome to do it elsewhere. If not, we can show you the door because we're not going to allow that kind of postings promoting certain stocks. It's just not what we do here. So, exactly, Chris. If you fail to plan, Then if you if you fail to plan, then you right. What's the old saying? If you fail to plan, then you plan to fail, right? So without a plan, have one. It's not that really that complicated, especially if you play the EWO. If you'd have gotten into this trade, let's just say gold. I realize everybody's not going to trade gold, all right? It doesn't matter what's showing on my screen. If you'd have got in gold at 1126 when EWO first formed down here, right, following the criteria, you would have got in right here. You see that? This would have been your entry point right here, right on this candle, all right? Look how far that shot up. When do you get out? Well, that's up to you to decide when to get out. You know, you can go up here when it first pulls back and shed, right? Some of your holdings to see what it is going to do, right? Ah, oops. But anyway, so, you know, I would have got up here. See where I got here? Look at this. Look at this line. I had that line there. Look how it respected that level that I had drawn there at 1130. So if you would have got out up here or when it started pulling back, that's pure profit. Everything from here, that's pure profit, people. How much is that? That's 26, what is that? 26, we'll just call it 26.33. And you would have got in around call it 26.28. Okay? That's a $5 increase. What's a tick on gold? It's zero point 0.1, right? So dot 5 divided by zero point 0.1, that's 50 ticks. How much does one contract pay on 50 ticks? That'd be $50, right? Imagine if you did 3 or 4 of them just from writing it from that short period of time by using Coach's 2-minute EWO strategy. You didn't even have to really debate when to get in because it told you when to get in. Right there it is. That is your point. I didn't even evaluate the trade here. I looked right up here. It told me when to get in. I didn't have to overthink it. See the beauty of it? What is it? It's above all the indicators. That's how well the system works. It helps you to make decisions on good entry points. See? Right. Uh-huh. Are you talking about the cloud here? Is this what you're talking about where it's red and it goes to green? Oh, that, yeah. Yeah, yeah. No, that's why. Yeah, you might be talking about this is a regression channel. That's part of Coach's indicators for TradingView. That's built into it. So, yeah, yeah, you should. You can go up to indicators up here and go down to your, because this is a paid members only overlay. This is one of the benefits that you get. You go down to invite only and just make sure you've clicked on each one. If you can see all the other indicators, the green part should be behind you. This is the upper part of the channel, lower part of the channel. So that's where it is. You go down to invite only. But you have to be a paid member to get those lines on there. That's part of the script. One of the benefits of a futures membership, we give you the script now by just doing a simple EWO play. From here to there was $50 a contract, and you didn't even have to do anything. You did have to make. I mean, you still got to make decisions, right? Here's a level. Did it break through? Yes. Here's another level. Did it break through? What am I going to do? Yes. Here it comes up to another level. What am I going to do? Oh, what else is here? The 200 MA. Okay. Well, that's a scary place right there, folks. All right. Two strongest, the two strongest indicators that everybody uses is VWAP, which would be denoted by my yellow line, and the other one is the 200 MA, which is this red line right here. Okay. So that is, you can see, what did it do when it went up here? It broke through, it kind of bounced around. That's how much people respect that, right? You can see that it did break through eventually, but it pulled right back and then it hung around and it actually broke back down through because that's a very strong indicator. That's a 200 candle average, right? So for 200 points back, in other words, 400 minutes of candles, because I'm on a 2-minute chart, um, that's a strong price indicator. So people got kind of scared. They really didn't know if they wanted to pay more for it. But ultimately, the buyers won out, and it even went higher. So even though the EWO tells you to get in, when to get in, you still have to make decisions as it goes up. And how do you learn that? You learn that through training and education through AmericanDreamTrading.com. And because of that, you know, it doesn't say to get out, right? Because you're still above the nine. Before I talked about being below the nine because I was shorting, but going up, you're above the nine. So you want to hang in there, but you still got to be aware of barriers to further upward movement. So it did break through and it came back down. So what you would do is shed some of your holdings, right? That would be the ideal thing is to shed maybe, in this case, 50% of your holdings and hold on to the other, let them run, right? Um, and then it did break through and just continued up to the top up here, which then it pulled back. And the next candle kind of pulled back. I would shed another 20% till you see what it's going to do. Well, as you can see, then it started now, it broke below the nine. Now we're back down into a shorting area. So this was a period of indecision here at the top. You would have took some profit or all your profit, right? Once it broke through. So those are the questions that you have to ask yourself. If you want, you can't just enter a trade and hope it goes up or hope it goes down if you're going short. You have to be actively involved in your trade every given moment. That's why I highly suggest you don't do one more than one trade at a time. It's very hard to be that focused to do more than one trade at a time. I know people do it. It usually doesn't work out to my benefit when I try to do multiple trades. So, all right. Well, Rogue, it was nice having you here. You got to go back to work. Okay. Sorry to hear that. Um, Join us back when you can. We are here Monday through Friday, noon to 4 p.m., and we are live from 2 p.m. Eastern to 4 p.m. Eastern. And if you miss any of our streaming episodes that we provide free to everybody out there on the social networks, you can always go to YouTube, go to our American Dream Trading channel. Also, you could go back through Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, all of them, right? You can go back to all the social medias and look at them. It's just kind of easier if you go to YouTube because they're all grouped together. If you go back and say Facebook, if you're on Facebook, that's fine, but you're gonna have to scroll through a bunch of stuff to get to it and find it. So anytime you miss them, you can go back and watch them at your leisure. That's a great thing about it. So, but anyway, this is part of the membership there, Marcus. So thanks for your question. Okay. Okay. And Nicholas, no, I do not. I don't know what Bobus is, and I've never heard of it. I know it's not a future. So, okay. Any other questions? How about from our paid members? Do you have a question? Comment? Again, as a reminder, we will not be broadcasting live the next 2 days due to the holidays. Tomorrow's Christmas Eve. The market's actually shut down at 1 p.m. tomorrow Eastern Time, so all trading ceases at 1 p.m. Eastern Time and then resumes on Thursday. So they are closed totally on Christmas Day. So we will not be here for 2 days. Imagine that. Ooh, what will I do with my time? Well, that's already been determined by my wife. So, all right. Nice to see Stefano is following us now. Thank you for that follow. Make sure you click like, subscribe, and share to make sure everybody else out there knows about us. Again, any questions you have, you may type into your chat box on your social media, whether you're using Twitch, TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn, and others that we have out there. You can type that in there and we can be able to see your question and answer it. So this is your chance. Hey, nice to see you, A1 Contractors. Nice to see you, Serve Profit join, Mount Zion, Millionaire Mindset. Liked us. Thank you for that like. Thank you for the hearts, by the way. Appreciate it all. Hope you all have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Um, Make sure you go into, be careful, you're running into the last hour of the day. What do we call the last hour of any trading day. What's that last hour called? Anybody type in the answer. What's the last hour of the day? What do we call that? There's a term for the last hour of the day. Who knows what that is? If you've been listening over the last, I don't know, whatever, 6 weeks or so, you would know what that answer is. What is it? Dangerous. Yeah, it is dangerous, but there's another term we use for it. A1 contractor said it's dangerous, and that is true. Idless Raider over on YouTube live. First one to type it in. Power Hour. Good job. Elias Raider. Alyssa. I'm sorry, Alyssa Raider. Alyssa Raider was the first one to get Power Hour. You're too late, DJ Vinny. That's what happens when you're old. You type slower. YouTube already beat you to the answer. But thanks for playing, DJ. Try again. Market Trader asks over in TikTok Live, hey, Mark, so those lines aren't Fibonacci's? I missed it. No, we don't use a Fibonacci retracement. Does it have a value? Yeah, I imagine it has some, but we don't use a Fibonacci retracement in American Dream Trading because instead of using that percentage method, I'd rather have, and coaches decided a long time ago that taking the time to draw out your levels of support resistance on a permanent basis so that you have a historical record is a much more effective uh, way of getting a return on your money. Does the fibs have, does it work? Yeah, I guess it does. I don't know. I've never used it myself because I've went right into day trading using what coach teaches. So I've adopted his style. I know he's used it, but he's just found that instead of um, using percentages, right, of places, it's just more effective. They already have your lines drawn on there. That way you can see it yourself. I already know. Now, like this one here, I have this level marked as a gold level for me here. That's a strong. I got a strong line of support here, right? And there's other. I mean, there's all kinds. There's thousands of indicators. Use whatever you think works, but that's not what we teach American Dream Trading. We kind of keep it simple, stick to the basics, stick to the ones we know work, right? Did you draw those lines? Yes, sir. All you got to do is click on the chart and go, bam, there you go. I just drew a yellow line on my chart. Those are all individually charted by me in a matter of, I don't know, minutes. You can slap up a 4 hour chart. Here, see, I'll show you. Let me reset this here. You look at all the lines I got on there, but those are historical lines. So if I see a place, let's say I got a gap, see right here, I can go, again, this is kind of messy looking at it in this view. All right. So let's just say I'm drawing for the first time. I can see this is a 4 hour chart. So each candle represents a 4 hour time period. So I can use that as a good point. So if I move my cursor up here, I can highlight now. What I'm going to look here and see is I'm going to scroll back. Does this, well, here, I'll just draw a line on there that way because you may not be able to see that real fine. Let me make this a goofy color so we know this is the line we're talking about. We'll make it hot pink. How's that? Let's make it hot pink. How does everybody like hot pink? There we go. So this line here is the line I just drew because it touched here and kind of touched there. Well, let's scroll back and see if I get any other confirmations. Oh, look, that candle stopped and stopped right at that point. Oh, look, this candle came down and stopped at that point. Let's go across more. Now this one kind of blew through it. All right. Yeah, these kind of blew through it. Somebody 50 feet. This wick come down, almost touched it, close enough for me. Right. We'll just scroll back. Now look, there it's just a few, maybe a few pennies off, but that's pretty close, right? Sometimes stock market trading is like throwing hand grenades, right? Close is good enough. And this is why we draw lines on our charts instead of using that Fibonacci, right? Again, and not to badmouth Mr. Fibonacci, right? It's a mathematical thing, right? Where this here I'm looking at historical levels. See how these all touch there? So that tells me already I can see there's so many touches as I scroll back on my little hot pink line that there's enough there to convince me that's a pretty good level of support. So that was just one I was throwing. There's my line right there. So let me reset my line back to the 2 minute. Of course, I don't know where that pink line's at in relationship to where it's at now, but it doesn't matter. Where'd it go? It's there somewhere. Doesn't matter, but it's on my chart. I have that there. So if that ever goes back to that level, I'm like, what the heck did I draw a hot pink line on my chart for? And I'll remember. Okay. So, but that was a nice level of support that I can look at. May not, it does, obviously it's not in play today, right? You don't see it on my chart anywhere, but it's either up or down. I didn't even pay attention to what that number was. Somewhere on my chart is that level. Oh, right there it is. So if this ever comes back up to 2686.5, I will know to trust that as a solid point of resistance upward. Or if it is above it and it comes down, I know that that's a solid level of support. It may or may not, more likely will slow the progress, either breaking up through or breaking back down. Now, that is 26, that's a mile away from where the current price is, right? So, but that's good for my future. I don't ever have to draw that line again. It's on there. It's a historical level. Now, what do traders know about historical levels? If you were going to trade a stock, wouldn't you trade it and buy it at historical levels, right? Because that's where all the trades are being placed. If you look at the L2, you'll see that all the bulk of the orders are where the historical levels of trading's at. That's how people get those lines on there. So that's why we do it. And I'd rather use historical lines than a Fibonacci, right? So, I mean, there's pivot points, there's all kinds of stuff, indicators. I'm not saying none of they don't have validity, right? And I'm sure they do, and I'm sure they work, sort of, right? You know, and you're free to do whatever you want when you trade, but I would highly suggest you follow the way Coach does. We kind of keep it simple. You can see how basically uncluttered the indicators are on this, right? It's all one nice simple thing together. It's got three trend lines on it, plus the 200 MA up here, which is red at this case, and VWAP. That's it. That's what we use, right? Now, understanding what all those means is a different story, okay? Right? So right now, if I was going to evaluate, I'm still in this gold kick here. Okay. So well, let's take a look and see. If I was just happen to turn this on, oh look, an EWO is starting to form. Is the second one bigger than the first? Yes, I kind of missed my entry there, right? But it's kind of flat. Now it's also the end of the day, so I'm going to be extra leery, right? There's going to be a lot of people buying and selling this last hour. It's called the power hour for a reason, right? You could easily switch course. So what am I going to do? All right, well, I already missed my EW entry, which was here. What am I going to do? I'm going to say, okay, Mark, where's my indicators at? Okay, well, there's my 9, there's my 21, there's my 55. And I look at my regression channel, it's almost breaking through. All right, so yeah, it could be promising. What's the trend? Well, if I was going to go long, I'd be going against the trend, right? See this what we call, this is built into Coach's 2.0 indicators that you get as part of your futures membership. Um, it's in a downward trend. See how it's slanted down? It's a good visual. I don't have to go back forever. Now, what's the other thing? So the trend is down. Do you want to go against the trend? Well, if you do, you're probably going to pay the price, right? Trend is your friend until it shows clearly that it's not. Well, let's just say this trend was up. What is my criteria for going up? Well, my criteria for going up, it has to be above all these critical indicators here. My EMAs is what these are. They're EMA lines, 92155, which it is. Okay. Where's VWAP at? Where's VWAP hiding? I don't even see VWAP. Where's VWAP at? Oh, there it is. Look how far up that is. That shows you how much it's dropped. It's clear up here. So I got a lot of room upward, right? Now, that's if you're going to give it gold stars, that would be, one less star because VWAP is above it if I was going to go long. Now, that's great if I'm going short, okay? So VWAP's way up there. And then I got the 200 MA, which is right here. So, all right, so I'm saying to myself as Mark McSee, what am I going to do? What's my criteria to go long, right? I'm going to say if it goes up. Well, I got to stay above my indicators. I got to break through this gold level that I drew, that I traded off of all day yesterday, last night, Sunday night, yesterday, this morning. That was a gold level. I know that is super strong. Why? Well, look, history, current is showing. Look, it hit that, bounced, hit that, bounced, right? Come down, bounced, come down, broke through, right? It ain't always going to bounce, but look how many times it come down, bounced off. So that tells me, again, it's going to be off pennies sometimes, right? I don't get excited about that. Just shows at that level, of gold is a good play is a good play. So for me to go long, I have to break through that. Now the other issue I have is right here. It's a 200. That's if you want to give them a numerical. I would say this is the second strongest indicator that the whole entire world uses is the 200 MA. First one being VWAP. Okay. Um, I'm not saying one's stronger than the other, but VWAP is the most widely used. The 200 or the 50 MAs, those are big ones that institutions use and traders all around the world. So not only do I have to break through that, my profit potential may be lower because this is looming overhead. I mean, it could very well go through and blow right through it. Okay. So I've already noted in my own little pea brain that, yeah, I may not want to do that, right? The trend's down. You got that holding you back. Can I make some money between here and there? Sure, I could if it went that way. But because the trend is down, trend is my friend. If what's it going to take me to enter a short position? Well, short, I want my indicators above where it's currently at. Right now, it's just kind of sitting there. So I want this candle to be below these indicators and below the 200 and below VWAP, which we know is way up there hiding, right? So this will be a great red trade, great short, right? And it can be applied to puts also, because this indicator works with stocks, works with options, works with futures, works for futures options, works for crypto. It works for short-term investing, long-term investing, swing trading, you name it. It works with all of it. It's an amazing tool, and you can get this as part of your membership. Monthly memberships are $250 a month, or you can buy a yearly membership for $2,500. Before you do any of that, though, you need to go to AmericanDreamTrading.com, sign up for a free Discord, get in there and chat with others in our stock lounges. You can do that for free. You can get access to some free educational materials, videos, documentation. There's even a discount for TradingView in there that you can get by clicking on that. We'll take some money off of this. Now, we're not affiliated with TradingView at all, right? Uh, but we do enough business that Coach is able to offer a discount by you clicking on that link. So the smarter of the two trades would be a short trade. Okay, I won't trade this at all. Why? Because it's in this channel. It's sitting on the indicators. There's no real definitive up or down right now. So I can scalp it if I want to try that, but I won't even do that. Why risk the biscuit? There's other stuff we can go look at besides gold right now, right? It's 3:14 in the afternoon. You got 45 minutes left in the day for trading. This can get crazy in a hurry, but it's not right now. It's just sitting there. Look at the volume bars down here. Look at the volume, how it died off in gold, right? Gold may have been maybe done for the day. Who knows? But if you look at the trend of the volume's even low. So I'm going to go look at other places. Why don't I go look at the indices, right? Let's go look at the S&P 500. There's going to be volatility there if that's your cup of tea. You can look at the Russell 2000. Look at it. It's flat, right? Even the S&Ps, it's in a nice, you got some nice movement going there. We could trade that, maybe. Uh, there's oil. I love oil also, right? That's probably my second favorite. Well, it's probably my favorite to trade overall would be oil. Um, I mean, gold was my favorite last night, and today I was tearing it up. Um, and you have currencies. What's the euro doing? Nothing. Kind of flat, right? Because the markets are closing overseas already, right? So there's gold. It's still got volume. There's silver. Do I want to trade silver? Nah, it's a little risky this time of the day, in my opinion. You got Bitcoin. Look at that. And see, I don't trade Bitcoin. How do you know that? Because I don't have any lines on my chart. I got a couple, right? But I have not actively traded Bitcoin futures. Okay, Bitcoin's at what? Yeah, whatever. I don't care about Bitcoin right now. So I mean, there's plenty of things we can go look at. Let's take a look at the S&P 500. If this was a stock, it would be SPY, right? Exact equivalent. Actually, SPY is the stock version of the futures, right? So what do I got here? Wasn't an upward trend on a 2-minute chart, right? EWO already started the downward trend, clear back here. So I missed my entry. Okay. If I'd have been paying attention or had an alert set, I could have got in back here, but I didn't. Why? Because we're trading. I already made all my money today that I'm going to make. I'm done for the. I was done at 7 or 7:30 this morning. I haven't done a trade since 7:30 because I traded last night, Sunday night, and early this morning. So I don't need to risk any more money. Why give any of it back to the markets? My attitude. I made more than enough for me, for my budget. There's no reason for me to go risk it for no reason. And go into the holidays all ticked off because I did something stupid. Believe me, I do enough stupid things on any given day. I don't need to make it do anything. And so anyway, this is in a downward trend. I missed the EWO entry, but if I had been in it, this is I'm telling you folks, this is worth the price of admission. Getting this 2-minute EWO strategy indicator the coach has. Look, it told you to get in on the shorts up here. Okay, look at this. This is all profit. That's pure profit just by just getting in when it told you to. Still not convinced? Let's go back to this one again. We haven't looked at this chart since you guys got here. Here's an EWO right here, right? I don't know what's up with that. There's some missing data there. I don't know what's up with that one. But anyway, here's the start of the EWO here. Okay, you'd have got in there. You see this? See how this works? Look, right there. That's your entry point. All I had to do is see when the next bar was bigger than the first. Is there any math involved? No. Is there any charting involved? No. I mean, you still got a chart, right? Is there anybody yelling and screaming at me? Some kid on TikTok saying, "Oh, I'll buy this." No, it's all right there. It's all built in. It shows you your entry point. Look at this. You could have bought yourself a Corvette, your neighbor a Corvette, the family member you don't even like a Corvette. Look at that. That's all profit. Every bit of that. Just by getting in when it told you. Anytime there was nothing here. Let me look. Let me expand this out a little bit. Did it stay above the 9 once it went up? Look, here's the 9s, that blue line. Went up, went up, went up, went up. Pull back a little bit, which you could have shed there. It's touching line. Yeah, it broke, but right there, it's kind of touching the 21. I just still kept it's in the CWO. It's hugging a 9. Nothing that says to get out of this trade. Oops, got the wrong button. Yeah, what's going on, Coach? There it is. Look at that. All kinds of profit. Just look at that. Well, I made $1,302.50. Now that counts last night, uh, starting at starting at 6 o'clock. Now they can now they can't hear you. I don't believe, Coach, when you're on the Zoom for some reason. They can't hear the participants. They can hear me. Hmm. Yeah. Uh, a bunch of them had to leave because of the holidays. Yeah. Yeah. That and they had running around to do like I got to do once they get off of here. So, uh, Merry Christmas, Coach. Look at that. Coach even stops by to say hi. But look at the CWO. I don't know how much money that is. I'd have to do the math, figure it out. Well, let's do it real quick. What do we got? What's this up here? If I'd have got up here, actually, it'd still be in it. Well, let's just say it pulled back a little bit and we got out. All right, what's that? 60/30, 60/30.75 minus, what's this down here? We'll call it, we'll just say, we'll round it up to, we'll just call it 59.88 for giggles, right? 59.88. That's $42.75 it went up. What's a tick on MES? A quarter, right? That's 171 ticks. Uh, huh? Yep, quarter of a tick, right? 4 ticks to a dollar, right? That's 171 ticks. How much is one tick worth, Ralph, on MES? Dollar. So you got 171 times $1.25. Folks, just by having Coach's EWO indicator on this one trade. Listen to this. One trade from here to there, And what's the time frame? That is from 11 o'clock to say 2:30. All right, that's $213.75 you would have made on one $96 contract. That if you had $96 in your account, you could have traded it. What's your real cost for that trade? $2.90. So for $2.90, assuming you had the money in your margin account, you could have made $213 on one contract. Imagine if you had five. That's $1,000. Do you not see how this works? What's holding you back from getting a membership? I'm telling you, here's one trade over a 3 hour period. All you had to do was get in and watch. Look at that. 230, what I say, $213, 214 bucks from here to there, one contract. It doesn't get any easier than that. Just by having this EWO strategy that coach teaches, right? Does this not amaze you? Does this not make your eyeballs pop out of your head? Does this not make you salivate like a dog seeing a steak bone? Imagine if you had five contracts. They're only $96. You only have to have $96 in your account. What's 96 times 5? Not even 500 bucks in you. If you had a basic account that you opened for $500, this one trade would have made you almost $1,100 just by entering and sitting there watching it go. Look at this. What's five contracts? What's the total cost of five contracts? 290 times 5 is $14.50. For $14.50 real cost, you'd have made $1,100. You think that's a pretty good return on your money? If you don't, I can't help you. I can't. It's simple math, right? And then you could come over here and played it back down. Here's the entry point for the red EWO for shorts. You know, let's say you got out here. Okay, well then in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So in 24 minutes later, you could have took a break, counting your money for a half an hour. And 24 minutes later, got into red EWO, and you'd be writing this down. What's this trade worth? You know, obviously it hasn't dropped as much as it went up. But let's just say you got in here at the 60, what does that say? 6026.25 minus this currently, let's just say this white line here, right? Let's 6014, right? That's a $12 drop. How many ticks in a point, Ralph? 4, right? They're a quarter each. So you divide 12 by 0.25. That's 49 ticks. And we already know that each tick is worth, in the futures contract, $1.25. That's $61 you would have made just by re-entering on the downside from here to there in a matter of what's that? 40 minutes. 40 minutes. 61 bucks. If you had five of those, that's $300. So if you had rode five contracts up, five contracts down on a $500 margin account that's all Webull requires. Other brokers you can get for less, others require more. Five literally contracts. It costs $96 per contract. $96.36 with Webull. Each contract costs you real cost $2.90. It's $1.45 up to buy it, $1.45 to sell it. So $2.90. You would have made a few bucks short of $1,100 going up there for $14.50 or whatever I said it was. $2.90 times 5, $14.50. $1,100 by only giving them $14.50 in transaction fees. Same thing here. You entered here, you made what I say, $300 from here to there on a $1,400 true cost. Does this not amaze you? The power here by using this 2-minute EWO indicator? Ange, are you amazed? I bet you are, Ange. Ange has been playing the 2-minute EWO. It's amazing. I didn't even know this was going on. We're wasting our time over there playing gold that's flat, right? And that's one of the reasons not to get too bogged down on any one thing, right? If it's flat, if it's choppy, right? Go to something else. There's hundreds of things that you could trade other than one thing. Look at that opportunity from 11:30 up. So 14.5 times 2, $29. You could have made $1,400. Writing it up, writing it down. Let that sink in a few minutes. This is Coach's Indicator. This is 33 years of experience that's being given to you right here. Some 12-year-old TikTok pimply face, greasy haired little kid that's on there trying to tell you oh, look at this. This is how you trade. Who are you going to listen to? You going to listen to that 12-year-old that's still got pimples oozing? Or are you going to listen to somebody with real experience? That'd be Coach Chad Christian. AmericanDreamTrading.com. I'm trying to give you guys a Christmas present here of knowledge, show you the power that some of these tools that we use day in, day out, that's taught by Coach, how powerful they are. You know, what are you waiting on? I mean, I'm amazed people don't go for free and get our Discord. We talk about free. There was, at one point, I know we had maybe 100 people in here at one time when I happened to glance up. Might have been more, might have been less. I don't know. How many frees did we get today? I wish one of the other moderators here could answer that. I don't see one here right now. They're busy with other things, right? There's only three groups of people in ADT to get this indicator. That's the VIP membership, the VIP Gold, and Futures. Futures is what I care about. It's what I love about. It's my thing. It's my jam, right? Can you not see it? Let this sink in. $14.50 to make 1,100 from here to there. 14 on 5 contracts. $14.50 from here down to here off the support, bounce, right? There's my line. Did it not bounce off that line? Are you not amused? Look here. Same thing. Paused, broke through, come back down, stopped, and then broke down through. And so does that line tell you that's a good line? Right? I just don't get it why everybody ain't just we get so much business that our system crashes. I don't know what you're waiting on. Our computer system should crash. People rushing to get this. It's Christmas. Why don't you give yourself a gift of freedom of time for your future? Invest in yourself for once, right? We tend to give for everybody else and take care of everybody else's needs, but we ignore our own sometimes. What are you waiting on? I mean, if you haven't even signed up for our free Discord to go get free education and free training and free discussions with other real members of the ADT community, well, then I don't know why you're even watching us, quite honest with you. If you're not even taking advantage of something that's free, no obligations, no strings attached, we'll never, ever contact you through a DM. So it's not like you're going to get hassled. What more is it that you would want that you can't even go grab the free? I mean, it doesn't matter to me whether you go sign up for a free Discord, right? There's millions of Discords out there. I mean, you can go join the Call of Duty Discord if you want. Which one's going to make you money, right? Which one's going to benefit you and teach you a skill that no one will ever, ever, ever be able to take away from you? Think about it. We have membership levels for just about any budget. Now, don't feel bad if it's at the point that you can't get in and join a membership, right? They'll come with time, right? But you got to have goals in life. You got to look towards your future. You got a plan, or you just sit in your mom and dad's basement aimlessly wait for somebody to offer you a job or a skill. Don't work that way, folks. You got to invest in yourself. You got to put your foot forward and put an effort. I mean, I've been a musician all my life, but I never played a string instrument before in my life. And I kept saying it to my wife forever. And we both were in we're both band nerds. We were in school from, whatever, fifth grade clear through graduated high school. We were in band. So, yes, I'm a band nerd. That's some of the best times of my life being a band nerd, believe it or not. By the way, band nerd girls are hot, but I won't go down that road. Matter of fact, that's where I met my wife is in band. So, and we've been together for 45 years. But it takes effort. I wanted to play a stringed instrument. I wanted to learn how to play guitar. Never played a string instrument in my life. Was it easy? No. Did I develop calluses? Did my fingers hurt? Was there blood involved? Actually, there was a couple times. But my fingers hurt so bad I couldn't do anything. But I found out after a very short time that every time my fingers hurt, in reality, what I was doing was building up calluses. It's the same way in trading. There's some pain involved in learning. It takes effort. It takes sweat. It takes work. You have to study. You have to listen. You have to show up. You have to believe that you can do this. I mean, if I could do it, anybody can do it. Come on now. I ain't that smart. I ain't the brightest bulb in the pack. Ask anybody you talk to in our group. They'll tell you, right? What's the difference, though? The difference is I joined AmericanDreamTrading.com. Listen to what Coach teaches us. Embrace what he teaches us. Test it. Prove it. Was it easy? His rules, his strategies are. But then you throw in the human factor. Well, I think I'm smarter than Coach. I don't care if he does have 30 years of experience. I want to try it my way. You know how my way worked? Not very well. Okay. Was I successful my first year? Yes, I was very, very successful. Why? Because I read the manual. I did what the manual said to do. I listened to the guy that wrote the manual. Okay. If I'm working on a car or I'm reading a car repair manual, I probably should listen to it, right? The guy that wrote the book telling you how to fix something probably knew what he was talking about. Well, that's Coach. Coach is the one through age, experience, and just plain smart wisdom has developed these. He's already went through a lot of the pain for you by weeding out a million other indicators that are out there on the market that you can use. All right, now since I've been talking, how many people signed up for a free Discord? How many of you? I venture a guess that none of you did, right? Because you don't want to put forth the effort to go to AmericanDreamTrading.com. I can't help people like you, right? We can't do anything for you. If you don't even want something free to go check out some of our stuff and kick the tires and interact and ask questions freely, 24 hours a day, there's somebody there to answer your question. So anyway, give yourself one of the best Christmas presents you give yourself, and that's a gift of education. That's something nobody can ever take away from you. And you know what the best part of this education is? You can actually use it to financially benefit yourself and your family, the ones that can care and depend on you to make money. Success guaranteed? Nope. How do we know that? Because 95% of day traders fail in the first 1 to 2 years. That's a proven statistic. You can find it anywhere on the internet. If it's on the internet, you know it's got to be true, right? Why do they fail? Well, I'll tell you a reason. Number one reason they fail is because most traders trade within a vacuum. They're sitting in their bedroom behind a computer trying to figure it out on their own. They don't have anybody they can ask questions to through a live microphone like you can at American Dream Trading. Did you know premium membership and on up, any membership, paid membership, you got direct access to Coach during our sessions. All you got to do is open your mic and say, "Hey, Coach, what about this?" Or, "Hey, Coach, can you look at this?" Or, "Hey, Coach, I don't understand this." You know what Coach is going to do? He's going to answer your question. And if you act like you don't understand it, he'll explain it a different way until you do. He'll even ask you, "Do you understand? Did that help?" And if you're still unsure, he'll go an extra mile and work with you to make sure that you do live, right then and there, real time. Where else are you going to get that? Name me one person that supposedly teaches you how to trade, day trade, that you can interact with live anytime. Doesn't exist, folks. AmericanDreamTrading.com, it does. What are you waiting on, right? My feed froze on TikTok, by the way. Or does it just need refreshed? I don't know. Look in here. Let me refresh my screen here. Okay. That looks okay. Must have just been my feed. Okay. But I'm serious, folks. This is Christmas time. It's a new year. You know, everybody wants to go, I'm going to get in shape this year, right? Gym memberships. Gyms love this time of year. Take your $1,000 or whatever it costs a month now to go to one of them places because they know you're going to show up for a week. Your muscles are going to get sore. You're going to say, screw this. I ain't get dressed up and drive halfway across town to go lift out weights. I'll do it at home or I'll do it later. You know what? It ain't going to happen. You just waste your money. But they love that kind of stuff. They know you ain't going to use it. And you're not in there taking up space and sweating all over their stuff. They're happy to take your money and you get no benefit out of it. Here, you know you're going to get a benefit. You're going to get a return, hopefully, on your money. Results guaranteed? Nope. You got to put the work in. I can hand you a guitar, say, here, all you got to do is take it in your hand, strum across these strings. Congratulations. You're a guitar player. Does that mean you can play a song? Nope. How do you do that? Well, you got to know what strings to push in what order at any given time, right? So, how many of you just signed up for the free Discord? How many? I'll wait. If you sign up for the free Discord, put the number 4 in the chat box. Go ahead, I'll wait. Hmm. Nobody's done it. I don't sell nothing here, Bitcoin Masters. If you just got here, I'm sorry I can't go around back through everything I just said for the last hour. This is an education and trading program on futures. We're not selling anything. We're educating. You can join our Discord for free. Get free education, access to free educational material, videos, documents. You can just get in there and talk to other real members if you like. There's even access to discounts. Market Trader asks in TikTok live chat. How many indicators come? Everything you see here on my screen, other than these squiggly lines that I drew, are part of Coach's 2.0 indicators. This is an overlay. Now, you have to have a subscription to TradingView, all right? This only works with TradingView, okay? So you know, we're not, we don't own TradingView. We're not affiliated with TradingView. TradingView is not going to espouse the wonders of American Dream Trading. We have nothing to do with it. TradingView is probably, I don't know if it's the largest, but it probably is the largest, most used charting slash charting software out there. I love it. It's beautiful. There's so many things you can do with it. I love it. What you're seeing here on TradingView is Coach's 2.0 indicators based on his 33 years of experience. There's criteria programmed into this script that tell it to do this if that, tells it to do that if this, right? Doesn't tell you when to buy or when to sell. But if you're using the 2-minute EWO strategy, which is part of these indicators, you get the basic indicators here, right? The 9, the 21, the 55, VWAP, 200 MA. Yes, sir. That American Dream Trading.com. Very easy. www.americandreamtrading.com. And for you us fellow baby boomers, http www.americandreamtrading.com. Of course, you know you don't have to type all that in there. AmericanDreamTrading.com. Go in there, you'll see it as soon as you get there. Sign up for a free Discord. Okay. So everything you see on my, yes, there is a link in the description. There's a link in the, if you're in YouTube, there's a link built into that. There's a link at the beginning, if the beginning of the live chat that has all that in there. But you don't need any of that. All you need to do is go in your browser and type AmericanDreamTrading.com. No, that's what I was describing here. It only works with this only works with TradingView. It's a specific script written and designed by Coach that works within TradingView. Okay, it doesn't work with Weeble. I use Weeble. It doesn't work on there. It doesn't work on any other software other than TradingView, which is the number one trading software out there. Which did I mention you can get a discount on TradingView just by going to our free Discord. There's a place there you can click on it. It's unreal. Uh, no, no, not at all. I just don't. I just haven't. Will I? Yes. I have done. I did trade. I think Ethereum one time. I just haven't got that point yet. Really, I'm having too much fun with everything else. There's no reason. I just don't have it charted. I wouldn't trade it right now because I don't have it charted out. Right. That's the only reason. I just haven't taken the time to do it. Right. Especially now that they've introduced the nano Bitcoin, nano Ethereum. It's expensive to trade. I mean, a contract's very expensive on regular Bitcoin. That's why I don't trade it. But now they got the nano version out, which is even smaller than micros. So I probably will look at it more now. No reason. I could trade anything. All I got to do is chart and follow Coach's principles, everything he's taught, and apply it to anything. What you're learning here in the futures applies to stocks, applies to stock options, applies to futures, applies to crypto. It applies to everything. There isn't any trading vehicle out there that Coach's indicators won't work with. Nothing. There hasn't been an investment vehicle created yet that just won't work with. If it can be measured, this 2.0 indicator will work with it. It's amazing. It's an amazing tool. It's a tool. I mean, you still have to understand what's going on, right? You have to understand what the charts are telling you, what the bars are telling you, what the candles are telling you, what's the indicators telling you, what's your levels on your chart telling you, right? Let me show you here. All right. Somebody asked me about Bitcoin. Here's how I do Bitcoin. All right. Well, I do have some lines on there, I guess. I started doing it. I don't have any lines at the current level. All right. So I must have played with it. It was probably showing somebody something at one time. But I can go through here. Oh, there's a level there. I can pop a line there. My pink lines. I'll just leave them pink for now. And you can tell which ones I just now drew. There's a level there. There's a level there. Let me expand out a little bit. I'll leave my pretty pinks on there. How's that? Where else you go, you get to see pink lines. Nobody draws pink lines, do they? A level there. I could probably trade off of. There's one there. And again, I'm not even zooming all the way in to get it even more accurate. I'm just slapping me some lines on here that I can get going with and maybe have a roadmap. Let me reset my chart. Oh, look at that. Huh. What did I say about the pink lines? Those didn't exist there, right? 2 minutes ago, 30 seconds ago. Did they? Oh, look. Look how that respects that there. Look how this came back up and respected it. It's doing the same thing here. How long did that take me to do that? How did I learn to do that, Ralph? AmericanDreamTrading.com, right? Now I got other ones. Thought I could trade just a little bit. I mean, I would go down and put obviously more lines, levels on here to make it more accurate, right? But at least I can get started. It's flat right now, right? That's a start of charting. I did, I'm not going to get into a whole charting lesson right now. So where did I learn that at American Dream Trading? Homegrown. Right now, I'm showing you TradingView. I use Weeble to actually execute my trades. Um, so, is the 2 minute EWO strategy exclusive indicator by Coach? Yes, it is. He's the one who helped design and develop it. Okay. So what you see here is all included. One of the most powerful tools of them all is the EWO, which is this one down here, right? Now he doesn't just teach the EWO strategy. I would say his two basic strategies is the EWO, which 99.9987643.789% of all traders should start out doing. Why? because it helps you get into a trade when you should, right? Right here, we know when the next bar is larger than the first, that's our entry point. Now it's up to you to decide when to get out, okay? And it's up to you to decide what are the indicators telling you. What is the odds of it going up and breaking through? Like here's VWAP, right, on this trade. You know, what happened here at VWAP? Don't think VWAP, this yellow line, is a strong indicator? What happened here? Look at this. Came up, candle come up, touched it, stayed there. Tried it again, touched it, stayed there. Tried it again, touched it, stayed there. Tried it again to break through, touched it, stayed there. Tried to break through multiple times and kept trying. They were trying to force it up through. Well, then finally, enough buyers came in, like, okay, enough of this. We'll go ahead and pay for it. It broke through. It even broke through. See, the 200 was even close. That's really an amazing feat right there to break through VWAP and the 200 at one time. Look how close they are. But they got a big surge in volume. Look at your volume bars down here, bottom of my chart. Look at that big spike. That's what caused that to get pushed up through there, right? That's a lot of money there. That is 59.94 to 6,000. So that's, what is that? What it's $6. Okay, that's a $6 increase. Put the money to that. How much is that in dollar wise right there? That's a lot of money. I said $2 or $2.90 transaction fee, which if you'd bought 5 contracts, which you could do for with a $500 account, little $500 account, right? $1,100 almost from there up to there. And then you could have waited another 20 minutes, 24 minutes, I think I said, right? If I'd have sold out up in this area, which I would know to do with my training and education, right? Where's my next EW? Where did it start at? Right here. Could have got in there with 5 contracts, rode this down to my support level. Look how it respected it here. Well, look, it respected it coming back down and bounced. Could have rode that down, 300 bucks, 5 contracts. Well, what did it do again? Look what's going on here, folks. Does this not amaze you? If it doesn't, I don't know what to tell you. Look, there's your other EWO play. Oh, look where it's at. Right at my level of resistance. Did it break through? Look at it. From there to there. It's back up higher than it was when we got it on the down one. What's that one worth, Ralph? 60.37. I'm just rounding off for it's not rocket science. So I'm not worried about exact number, but 60, what's that say? 60, what's this line here? Where'd it go? 6024. What did I say it was? This one here's 6036. 6036 minus 6024. You guys probably do it in your head. That's $12 drop. How many ticks is in a point on ES? 4? That's 48 ticks. How much is a tick worth, Route? $1.25. That's $60 from here to there. 5 contracts. How much money is that? What's 60 times 5, folks? $300. What part of that does not amaze you? Again, 5 contracts at $2.90 transaction fees. From there to there would have made you almost 1,100. I think it was like 1060 something, right? Waiting 24 minutes for the next one here to start would have made you $300 for $14.50 actual transaction cost. Oh, look, the next EWO started, right? Right here. So in what's that? How much time is that? That is 1550. That's not even 20 minutes. You'd have made another $300. What employer is going to pay you $300 in 20 minutes? Have you signed up for our free Discord yet? AmericanDreamTraining.com. I'm going to check with Coach after this broadcast is over. I'm going to ask him how many people signed up. I think I already know the answer, but I don't. I don't have access to that information. Even though I'm a moderator, I don't have access to that right now. And it's not that important, but I can pretty much guess, right? I just showed you again. I don't know how to do this. I did $1,300 today. Well, last night, and I traded for a few hours Sunday night when the futures opened, and I also traded real early this morning. But I was done trading at 7:30 this morning. I ain't trading another dime all day. I'm sitting here showing you good folks this. I could have been trading this, right? I normally don't trade in the last hours of the day. I usually do most of my trading in the mornings or late evenings, futures. You know how many contracts I could have bought of this? You know how much money that cost me? I don't even want to think, right? This is just one trade, right? One trade. I'm sure if you go look at the Russell, probably something similar going on. Nope, it's flat as a pancake. Oh, look at oil. Look at it. Look at that one. Look at the EWs on this one. One, two, three. Could have got in there. What if we was playing currency? Eh, that's pretty good daggone movement there for currency, if you ask me. I don't know if you know anything about the currency market. There's good money in the euro, by the way, or any currency. There's your entry point right here. Do I have to show you any more how this really works? Look at that. There's your entry point. This is all profit up to here. And that pays you, what is it, a buck every 0.0005 change? How much money is that? If you'd have played that EWO, that's, let's just say 1.0458 minus, if you'd got in EWO, what I told you, it's down here, minus 1.0435. I didn't do some math right there. Wrong button. 0.045 minus 1.0. That's 0.019 divided by what? 0.005? Is that what it is, Ralph? Euro? What's a tick? What's it? I think it's, well, how much is a tick? 3 digits? Five? Let me look here. My little chart here I got somewhere. I don't have the euros listed here. What's the euros? Well, I think it's 0.005. 0.005. That's 30, I don't know, is that 38 ticks times what? $1.25, you said? That's 47.50. 48 bucks, 47.50 from there, if up here towards the top, right? And it starts to roll down, which you could have played the down too, right? Went it down just as far as it went up. So you could have rode that up for one contract for $2.90, $47. Five of them would have been 237. You could have made 237 going up, turned right around as it dropped. See how it broke beneath? See how this? Let me. Oh my God, folks! If you ain't signed, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. I'm just amazed how well this works every time I look at it. Hey, broke below the 9 right here. It rode that all the way down there. Went up, down, back down, about as far as it went up. So let's just say we'll just round it down. $45 up, $45 down. Do you need any more convincing? That's currency. Did you see how the EWO works there? Look, here's another EWO. Look at the, I mean, see all these changes of colors? That's the formations in EW. There, that's guaranteed money up. Here's an EWO down. You got in here, guaranteed money down. I mean, we're not guaranteeing you money. I'm just saying, we're looking at this hindsight just to show you how well it works, right? You'd got here, you'd have made money from there down to there. Here's a green EWO that changed again from right here. So you got in here, and if you'd got out to peak there, again, you need training and education experience to know when to get out of a trade. But right there it is. Here's the next EWO change. I wait for this to form. Here's my entry point right here at this area. Rode that all the way down for profit. Here's the green EWO again. Right here. Rode that up. Wouldn't have made as much profit, but there's still profit there, right? Boom. You want to see anything else? How's that? Does that? I don't know how much more I could. It works with Bitcoin. Let's look at the big Bitcoin. We'll just take one at random here, right? Here's Bitcoin. Here's my entry right there. Okay. What do you see? I don't even have this charted out, right? So here's where I would have got in based on Coach's 2.0 indicators, CWO, right? Here's where it peaked. This is all profit you'd have made, right? Even if you'd have got out later, pure profit. Oh, here's a red EWO. Let me pop a line on there. My charts are going to be so screwed up, it's going to take me forever to clean them all up. All right, here's my entry point to the downside. All right, it turned red. Here's where I get in at. Oh, look, the EWO went forever. Look at the money. You'd have got right down here. All profit, profit, profit. Oh, look, what's this? Green EWO. Right? Here's where it starts, folks. Right here, right there. Profit all the way up. Now, actually, I'm sorry. Actually, this is on a 30-second chart, but you get the point, right? EWO works, right? So it works. Well, anyway, invest in yourself for once in your life. Okay? Invest in yourself. You got to get some skin in the game. Anything worthwhile, you got to really get your skin in the game. I'm glad you could join us here today. Hopefully, you learned some tidbits that might help you in the future. Maybe reinforce some things you already knew. We are here Monday through Friday, 2 to 4, live. Now, we won't be here Tuesday or Wednesday due to Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, but we will return on Thursday. So make sure you click like, right? Subscribe and share. Make sure you check your little notification button so that you get notified every time we go live. Again, AmericanDreamTrading.com. Oh, Coach said 2 people signed up for our free Discord in the last 2 hours. Don't know what to tell you, folks. We're trying to show you the way. I don't know. You can't give away free, I guess, sometimes, huh? People are just leery. It's a Discord. There's millions of Discords you can join. Why don't you use one that's actually going to profit you in an education and in money, right? But anyway, I thank you all for coming. I wish nothing but the best for each and every one of you. Um, I wish you Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I hope that you get to spend time with those you love and those you kind of love less, but you get to spend time with them anyway, right? Out of tradition, if that's what you have, right? You get to relive old memories, hang out with people, right? Get to get some good food if you're fortunate, have good cooks in your family. If not, go out to eat then. I can't wait. We got good cooks in our family. Plus, we're also hosting Christmas at our house. My wife's a good cook, which you could tell just by looking at me that my wife's a good cook without even having met my wife. So I wish you nothing but the best and a prosperous new year. Invest in yourself and education at AmericanDreamTrading.com, and make sure that you create positive memories of those that you're going to hang out with for the rest of the year. Make them good, lasting ones, and be the source of good memories, not bad. Thank you for coming. We're out. We will see you Thursday. See ya.